Hey everybody, welcome back. I know it's been a couple of weeks and things have been crazy, but I've learned a lot of stuff this week. I think the first thing that I've learned, that should be pretty obvious to those of you who've been keeping up with these videos, that vlogging every week is really difficult to stick to that schedule, especially this time of year. I think the main thing I've learned the last 2 weeks is there's a reason that people start these 10 by 10 challenges at the first of the year instead of around the holidays. So since my birthday, we've had Halloween, and now we're gearing up for Thanksgiving. And it's made it difficult for me to get people to the table to play games with me. Luckily, I have a very accommodating family who has played some games with me. And so I can talk about a few things, but I am way behind on 8 per week on this. I don't have 16 games for you. But what I do have is a request and an opportunity for you guys to jump in and name the next game that I'm going to put on the list. So here's what I have from my 20 already. I played Betrayal at House on the Hill again. I love this game so much. Played it again. This time I played it with just me and the kids. So by kids, I'm talking teenagers, 13 to 19. But the three of them and I played Betrayal at House on the Hill, and we really had a great time. Running through the house, doing what we could to try and gear up for this big fight. So we ended up with, I believe it's number 50, which is the Inheritance Haunt. So my oldest boy, Alex, he became the inheritor and decided to try and team up with the servants to kill us off and take all the money for himself. So what we had to do was beat him and the servants or survive until dawn. So we did not do very well at that. I think Nick was almost dead when the haunt started, and Emily did not last much longer. I was stumbling around in the dark at the time when the haunt started, so that didn't help anything. And then after that, by the time I got to where Alex was, and of course he was playing the guy I usually play because we share a birthday, he was playing Ox Bellows, who already starts out as a big, strong dude. I'm playing the old priest, got my butt whooped by Ox, especially after he beat Emily to death and stole her spear to use against me. So the bad guys won on this particular game, and that sucks. But, because I wasn't the bad guys, so that sucked. But it was still a great time. We explored almost the entire house this time. I tried to remember my lesson from last time and buff my guy up as much as possible, but not being able to move really puts a damper on trying to get to special rooms so that you can build your guy up. So that didn't work out so well for me, but still, we had a great time playing Betrayal as usual. So we also started playing Kingsport Festival, recently added to my 20. Kingsport Festival, we've played it twice. The first playthrough was the first time that Alexander had played, my oldest boy, and we played The Doom That Came to Sarnath, which sounds pretty cool, right? So in that one, we had to pay one extra resource to build the level 3 and 4 building. So that means, or I'm sorry, not level 3 and 4, to build a building that some other player had already occupied. So that was a pain. It cost extra resources. It was hard to get them. And of course, it was also a festival. And at the end, I believe we got, the festival awarded us extra points for sanity and took away points for our magic. So that was really rough. It was a really good opportunity to teach the game. We had a lot of fun with it, and I believe Sarah won that game. So we had a rematch just tonight, earlier here on Sunday. We had a rematch, and this time we played with some of the expansion materials. This one was the Haunter in the Dark, but we also played with the Terrible Old Man and the House on Water Street. That's what it is. So we played with the Terrible Old Man and the House on Water Street in the expansion that we got at Gen Con, which is really cool. It adds, I think, that difference between getting 3 black versus two purple and either a red and a black on that 10 spot really makes a big difference in the way you collect your resources. The other cool part about it was that we could, as we were building up with this one, we could multiple players could occupy space 6 on the track, and nobody could occupy space X on the track unless they had the church. So that made it extra difficult. The church is like a level 4 building, so nobody could get that to start. So it felt a little more like Kingsburg because you could block people, and that happened a couple of times. And not only did you get blocked, but you end up losing sanity. So that wasn't fun. No, the game is still really great. It was just frustrating. Reminded me more of Kingsburg than the game normally does. But that also, I think, as a design choice, was really, really smart to say, look, it's a game that's functionally very much like another game, right? Very much like Kingsburg. But we're going to change just a few little things, adding the sanity track, adding the magic track, adding spells, also adding in the scenarios and the festival cards. It really makes the game, it makes it so that you don't know what to expect, and you really have to kind of be prepared for everything. So that just rolling really well isn't always the most important thing. Right near the end of the game, both Sarah and Xander got like 10 points each for having really high sanity, and then the festival comes up and says, oh, you lose 1 point for each sanity. So boom, they get knocked back from that. So that was really cool. I think it's really smart in a game that has so much randomness, like Kingsport Festival has, because you're rolling dice every turn, that it has ways to mitigate that randomness, and then it also throws in some wrenches at the end so you don't have kind of a runaway leader. I will say I rounded the horn and got over 50 points, which is pretty awesome on Kingsport Festival. Of course, I had like a 1 sanity at the end of it, so but it was really cool. Let's see. We also... so I've been playing a lot of pub games. I know these aren't really officially on my list, but some games we've been having fun with. Rhino Hero, great game with all ages, 5 to 99 it says on the box, and they're not kidding. 5 to 99 is absolutely what it is. Quicks also, another great quick dice game our friend Jonathan showed us. We played the heck out of that. My youngest girl really loves this Headbands game from, I don't know, it's Target bot game, and basically it's Indian poker, which don't mean to be racially insensitive, but it's where you put a card on your head and everybody else can see it, and you play 20 questions, try and guess it like they played in Inglourious Bastards, right? Headbands is a game we've been playing. It's been a lot of fun. We really like, just yelling out crazy stuff and asking silly questions. I've also been playing the heck out of Sentinels of the Multiverse on the Kindle. I picked it up on the Kindle, and because I have a hard time getting people to play it at the table, only because I think that it's got to be the right group of people, and people in my family are not crazy about playing the card game. But I can say both Alex and I really enjoy playing the Kindle version. So I think it's mainly because you kind of you're controlling all the heroes, and so you kind of get out of that idea of kind of quarterbacking. So we've had a lot of fun with that. I know they're trying to get on Steam, so if you can push some support their way, that would be awesome. I also taught Xander Star Realms, which is a great game I want to play some more of, but the holidays are really kicking our butts. We also played Ancient Terrible Things. This is another dice placement game. It's very different from Kingsport, or even Alien Frontiers, because it has more in common with like Yahtzee to some degree, because you're rolling dice and matching those dice up for certain points, but you're also collecting gear and going on these little adventures, trying to beat certain. You get set collection. There's lots of cool things in Ancient Terrible Things. It's really, haven't heard a lot of buzz about this game, saw it on Kickstarter, picked it up at Gen Con, and we've really had a good time with it. So here's where you guys come in. I know I'm running long here. I'm already over 10 minutes. Here's where you guys come in. So I'm going to add one of these two games. I might add them both, but for now I'm going to one of these two games, either Abyss or Ancient Terrible Things. We've had a lot of fun with both of these games. We've been playing Abyss. The art on Abyss, I haven't talked about that yet. The art on Abyss is gorgeous. The art is beautiful. The gameplay is elegant. I like to say, I wouldn't say it's simple. I feel like it's very elegant. It doesn't get in its own way at all. And I think I've heard some conversations from some people, mostly reviewers, remain nameless, that the game doesn't have any theme and blah 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 garbage. The theme is really fun. I love the art. I love the way it makes you feel kind of immersed in this alien world under the sea. So really enjoy Abyss. Really have been enjoying Ancient Terrible Things. Both of these great games. So which one do you think? What do you guys think? Do you think I should add Ancient Terrible Things to the list? Do you think I should add Abyss to the list? Think you should add them both. Sound off. This is your chance to get in the mix and tell me what you think. So get down there, write some comments. You can also catch me on Twitter. Let me know what you think that way. Whatever. If you're local here in Portland, just real quickly, Tuesdays have not worked out for me. Being able to head down to Guardian games here in Portland on Tuesdays. Switched it to Thursday. It looks like Thursdays are going to be open for me for the next few weeks. I got a couple dates I'm going to miss because I have to be out of town for my day job. But most of the time I think I'm going to be able to make it. Plus they've got a pizza and beer night on the third Thursday. Hey, pizza and beer. Can't be upset about that. So if you want to come down there, play some games, I'm there from 2 to 9. Here, those of you who are local. Otherwise, sound off. I'd love to read your comments, see what you guys think. And hopefully I'll be able to see you next week. If not, 2 weeks for sure. Hang in there, and always, thanks so much. Have fun gaming.